HYBE accused of removing Taehyung from BTS? JUNGKOOK'S reaction makes ARMY cry. Before we dive deep into this heartbreaking and controversial story, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Because here, we uncover the stories HYBE doesn't want you to hear, the stories that will make you see BTS in a whole new light. It began with whispers. A sudden shift in how Taehyung appeared in official BTS promotions. At first, it seemed harmless, just fewer lines in a song, a missed schedule here and there. But then, ARMY started noticing patterns. Concert footage where Taehyung seemed pushed to the side. Group photos where he was cropped awkwardly. And, most unsettling of all, certain HYBE press releases that mentioned every member, except him. Coincidence? Or the start of something more sinister? Fans dug deeper. Old interviews resurfaced where Taehyung had quietly mentioned feeling different or misunderstood in the group. Cryptic Weverse posts began to make sense. And then came the shocking claim from a so-called insider: HYBE was allegedly considering sidelining Taehyung from major BTS activities in the upcoming chapter of their career. But why? Why would a company risk alienating millions of fans by touching one of their most beloved members? Some believe it's because Taehyung, unlike many idols, refuses to be molded into a perfect corporate product. He has always been unapologetically himself, quirky, unpredictable, deeply artistic. From jazz-inspired solo projects to his love for photography, he's never shied away from showing the world exactly who Kim Taehyung is. And that might not align with HYBE's tightly controlled vision for BTS's future. Others point to internal tensions, whispers of creative disagreements, power struggles over music direction, and the pressure to adapt to global market trends. In an industry where every move is calculated for maximum profit, a single member's individuality can be seen as both a treasure and a threat. The breaking point came during a recent private BTS meeting, sources claim. HYBE executives allegedly presented a new plan for BTS's activities, a plan in which Taehyung's role would be redefined. On paper, it sounded harmless. In reality, it meant less screen time, fewer promotional appearances, and possibly even excluding him from certain overseas events. That's when JUNGKOOK, usually the calm, adaptable maknae, allegedly spoke up in a way no one expected. Those who were there say the room fell silent as JUNGKOOK slammed his hand on the table and said, "If Taehyung isn't in it, I'm not in it." Imagine that. The youngest member, the golden boy of K-pop, openly challenging the very company that built them. It wasn't just loyalty, it was defiance. And it sent a shockwave through everyone present. When word of this reached ARMY through subtle hints on social media, fans exploded with emotion. Some cried reading JUNGKOOK's rumored words, saying it was proof of the brotherhood BTS has always promised. Others were furious, demanding answers from HYBE, flooding their official accounts with hashtags like #ProtectTaehyung and #BTS7forever. Taehyung himself didn't confirm anything, but his next Instagram story spoke volumes. A black and white photo of a lone streetlight in the rain, with the caption, "Even in the dark, I will shine." To most, it was just poetic. To ARMY, it was a quiet cry for strength. But here's where the story gets even darker. Historical patterns in the K-pop industry reveal that this wouldn't be the first time a company has slowly phased out a member under the guise of artistic direction. Back in the early 2000s, groups like TVXQ and EXO faced infamous departures, members who later revealed they were pressured, isolated, or simply erased from official narratives. The question is, has HYBE, the company praised for BTS's global success, fallen into the same trap? Or is this all just a string of coincidences that the internet has woven into a conspiracy? The mystery deepened when Taehyung's appearance in a major BTS promotional campaign for an international brand was abruptly cancelled. The official reason? Scheduling conflicts. But fans knew better. Just a week before, Taehyung had been actively engaging with the brand, even posting teasers. Then, silence. His spot was filled by another member, and no one dared explain why. JUNGKOOK'S behavior in the days following was telling. At a fan sign, when asked about Taehyung, he paused for a long moment before smiling softly and saying, "We're always together. No matter what you hear." That single sentence sent chills through the fandom. It sounded less like reassurance, and more like a warning. As the rumors grew, so did the tension between HYBE and the fans. The company remained silent, releasing no official statements. Meanwhile, ARMY organized online campaigns, mass emailing the company, demanding transparency. Some fans even began compiling timelines, mapping every instance where Taehyung had been excluded or minimized. The results were disturbing. One timeline showed that in the past 6 months, Taehyung had missed or been edited out of more promotional content than in the previous 3 years combined. Another pointed out that his solo projects had been delayed repeatedly, while other members' projects moved ahead smoothly. Was this proof? Or were fans seeing patterns in shadows? In moments like this, truth and speculation blur. But one thing remains undeniable: the bond between Jungkook and Taehyung is unshakable. From their earliest trainee days, when they shared late-night ramen and whispered dreams in the dorms, to now, when the world watches their every move, they've stood by each other. And that bond might just be the reason this story isn't over yet. Because if Jungkook is willing to risk everything for Taehyung, HYBE may be facing a battle they never anticipated. But what if this isn't just about one member? What if removing Taehyung is part of something much bigger, something that could change BTS forever? To understand what's happening now, we have to look at where BTS is headed. Because this might not just be a decision about Taehyung, it might be about rewriting BTS's future entirely. Industry insiders have long speculated that HYBE is steering BTS toward a new era, one focused less on the 7-member dynamic and more on individual branding. It's a strategy that maximizes profits by allowing multiple solo projects to run simultaneously, targeting different markets. But there's a dark side to this plan: when the spotlight splits, someone inevitably gets less of it. In this scenario, the company's focus shifts to whichever members they believe can drive the most immediate revenue in specific markets. And the question that will haunt us until the next chapter unfolds is this: will HYBE honor that promise? Or will the day come when the stage lights rise, and one of the 7 is missing? Tell me in the comments, do you believe HYBE would truly risk removing Taehyung? Or is this all just smoke and mirrors? And what would you do if the unthinkable actually happened?